Today's topic is going to be about ringworm. Now, when this first started, I'd never come across ringworm, and to me it was the devil. It was quite disgusting, but I have become better now that I understand more about it and I can manage it. So I'm going to show you an example of what ringworm looks like on our lovely little comet who does not want to give up the ringworm. Give me 1 second. So we've got the backlight. Because we are a multi-cat household, we do have a lot of the tools now to make sure we can manage. I don't know if that's going to show up on the video, but he's got green patches, and that shows that he's got ringworm. I know that he's got it because he's had it for over a month, probably going on for 6 weeks. I don't know how well that green is showing, but anyway, so when we see signs of ringworm in any of our newbies who are isolated for up to 21 days, depending on where they've come from, it could be 14 days if we know they've come from a decent location. Now, the ways to tackle ringworm are, personally, I like to go with a natural approach. So my first port of call is always coconut oil, and I would apply that to the affected areas with some gauze. Just rub it over the areas that are glowing. I'm just going to put him back because I don't want to keep handling him. Yeah, so my first port of call is always to have a go of trying to treat it with the coconut oil. And then it does seem to be like there's different strains of ringworm, or the way the cat's immune system deals with ringworm. So if the coconut oil doesn't look like it's working and we need to be a bit more aggressive, we use this product. It's recommended from a vet, Sporosil. I guess it's back to front in the camera. Sporosil, and that just gets applied to the affected areas. And then we also, you can buy on Amazon, we just pick up whatever one is available. The one I had before was BioLine, so you can buy any medicated shampoo, as long as it's an antifungal shampoo, and then shampoo every 3 or 4 days. And because you do get a lot of product build up using coconut oil, in between that application and the cream, we'll use F10, a good dilute of F10. Read the manufacturer's recommendation or speak to your vet and they'll tell you, I can't remember, I'm not even going to guess what the dilution is on this because Dave does all the math stuff. So you can again take some gauze, wet the gauze, and then give the actual area with the ringworm a good rub. So it'll clean it, it does help control it, and then you can reapply the product once the area is dry. And the other thing, now these Comet, there are 2 of them. I have Comet and Virgo. Claire and I will be taking them to the vet today because this has gone on for so long and I am treating them and I'm not with him. So sometimes we have to raise the white flag, and I'm going to take them for oral medication, which generally I'm against. But these guys, they've laid down a lot of weight, they've grown older in the month they've been isolated, and I think we should do a bit more aggressive treatment just so that we can get them out and socialising. And so we're going to do, the next video is going to be about our vet visit, what the vet diagnoses and his treatment recommendations. So I just wanted to go through what we do at home first, and we'll add to this in a bit later.
Hello, I'm going to speak to you about ear mites. The 2 most popular reasons that cats seem to be dumped in UAE is ringworm or ear mites. That's Konkin. So ear mites are quite hard to diagnose. Usually we can tell the cat might sort of hold their head a little bit to the side, constantly be itching. The opening of their ears is usually quite red. Inside it's usually black. You can't actually see ear mites, but you'll know that they're there because all the black stuff will just be disgusting. The only way you can confirm that, unfortunately, is a vet visit. When we're trying to save pennies, if we picked up cats that we know have been dumped from a home, we check them obviously for ringworm and then treat it if we can. You can buy a woods lamp off of Amazon. I think mine's a torch, and they're a rechargeable USB one, and it costs I think like 80 dirhams. So I check them with the lamp, and then if I can see their ears are black, I'll treat it. Usually we use ear softener first. That's for cleaning out really though, isn't it?
Yeah, it softens it out so you don't have to dig it out when it's hard and crusty.
Yeah, so we'll use ear softener, try and sort of get as much muck out as possible, but honestly when you take them to the vets, they get right in there, further than any of us would ever be brave enough to go. Sometimes you're like, whoa. I'm trying to drive to Musafa, and it's fun. Another thing we see a lot is eye problems. As soon as we pick up a cat, we look for eyes, ears, and their coat. That's like the first few things. Obviously, if their breathing isn't great and they're sneezing, you can see lots of mucus. We look for that as well. But that's a vet visit. You don't want to be messing with stuff like that.
Dave and Claire, they're quite hands-on, but I'm not made like these guys. They're quite vulgar, to be fair. But I did have a go once of doing ear mite treatment, and I sat with the cat on my lap and I had everything all prepared, and I put we knew the cat had ear mites, it had been diagnosed with it, put the treatment in its ears. It's like a flashback, this happened so long, this is like months ago, but it's so fresh in my mind. What PTSD. But the cat, just be prepared for this if you're doing ear mite treatment. The cat automatically shook its head, so it had the softener in, and when I went to have a look and clean it with the proper drops, the cat shook its head, and a line of black ear mite splattered straight across my face. That was
so lovely.
And I remember, I don't even know why I looked in the mirror, because it was clear in my mind exactly what it was going to look like. And
just like confirmation there, don't you?
Yeah, and then I sort of gave up doing ear mites. That was quite a horrendous experience.
You've never met someone who's caught ear mites off their cat though, have you? I don't think they're like people.
I caught it. I was adamant I had ear mites.
No, you had an ear infection. It was probably a hair.
But I even wanted the vet to stick the scope in my ear.
That little thing.
He wouldn't do it. But I was adamant that I had ear mites, and I ended up giving myself an ear infection from keep poking my ear. But yeah, you and Dave were really good at doing all the medical things when the vets have told you what you need to do.
Some things. I mean, I've picked up cats that have abscesses, and an abscess, take them to the vet. But if it's a small one, Dave usually is brave enough to have a go. I can't do that. I can't do an abscess. As soon as it pops, I'm just like,
no, I can't do any.
So yeah, if they have a little abscess, I'll take them to Dave and be like, here you go. Can you clean it for me?
But it's all like from watching how the vet does it as well. And
100%.
Obviously, when there's anything we can't do, the vet advises us. And it's even we've got that cat with a great big wound on its back at the moment, haven't we? Dave's, bless him, he's been treating that, and there's no way I can't even. I'm just too squeamish even to look at it. But
yeah, he did go to the vet first. So
yeah, he went to the vet. He's
treated, cleaned, debriefed, everything was great. So it's just
maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance now, keeping it clean and this is a horrible word, moist.
Moist.
Yeah.
She said it. And then there's all so Dave keeps telling me that the wound is looking great and it's really healing, and I just go okay, because I can't even look at it. I just feel so sad for the cat, the pain it must be in as well.
Yeah,
but the cat absolutely loves Dave, and Dave's like, irrigating that wound and putting the creams and treatments on him that he's supposed to be having, like, religiously. The wound is healing, but it just it's quite remarkable some of the things they recover from.
Yeah, that Rosemary, when we picked her up.
Oh, there's another story.
She had to go to the vet though, that was too much for us.
Yeah, as soon as you say her name, I'll think of that story. We picked up a cat, Rosemary.
It's the same place. It's always the same place that we pick these cats up from. Some of them are fine. I think they've only been there for a few hours or 24 hours. But then sometimes some of them that we pick up have been there a while.
She looked like she'd been there a little while, didn't she?
Well, she'd had her babies there.
She had 3 little babies as well. There was only about 5 or 6. Claire was phenomenal that day. She reached over and they was all in the basket within minutes. But what did happen was Rosemary, the mum, bless her, she had like an open wound on her side.
It's like a burn, wasn't it?
Oh, it was horrendous.
Or a bite that got infected.
And it was oozing like green snot, basically. And that cat, it brushed by Claire's leg, who was wearing shorts. And I can still...
got on my leg.
It went on
She
Claire's
left a little
leg.
trail.
It stuck to Claire's leg as she went by, and I nearly had a breakdown there.
And she had to go for a walk.
you were just like, eh. And I was like, oh my god, you've got a cat wound snot on your leg. And I was like, but anyway, that healed up. And that cat is unrecognisable, isn't she?
Yeah,
Come on.
You'd think that she was like some purebred cat that someone had bought. Like, she's just brilliant. She looks perfect. Her skin, her coat, everything, her eyes. She's done so well.
She came on beautifully.
Yeah, she is gorgeous.
But
She's just a little black cat, but yeah, she's gorgeous.
But she's quite a big black cat now, isn't she? She's literally like double the width. When you look down at her,
bigger as well.
Sometimes I'm even 100% sure it's the same cat.
If you told me that's Rosemary, well, I think you did one day. I came in, and you said that there's Rosemary, and I thought, wow.
She came on herself. She's really happy. She's absolutely thrived, and sadly we lost one of her babies.
Yeah, they didn't do so well. But being born there, their immune system's just shot. You know, like there's so much at that site that wants to kill them. There's ticks. There's all the stagnant water. There's the mosquitoes, like feral dogs. It's just like when they do survive, I'm always really shocked. And then sometimes they survive all that. You get them home and they just nosedive, and you're like, what am I doing wrong? But you can't do anything sometimes. Their immune system's just been through it, and it just can't take anymore.
So we called them, there was Chive.
Yeah.
They all had herb names, didn't they?
Yeah.
But Chive is doing great, one of the kittens. He's come on, he's fine. Then we had, I can't remember the other one, but we've actually renamed him. Oh God, what's his name? How terrible, I can't remember. He's got a nickname now, which is Wonky One, because
I can't remember what his original name was.
Dave renamed him, didn't he? Leonidas.
Oh yeah, Leonidas.
Dave renamed him Leonidas. Well,
yeah.
I'll call him Wonky One, because Claire had come round, and well, actually the night before, went up to do their litter trays, and he was only about 6 weeks old.
Yeah.
And the little kitten, it looked up at me and went, oh, I'm just going to die. And he threw himself down in the litter tray and had what I assume is a seizure. Again, because I don't cope very well with them sort of situations. So I should have picked him up and ran him downstairs today, but I didn't. I ran without him and screamed for Dave all the way down. Dave came up and took him from the tray, and then he then just had this massive seizure. So we sort of kept him hydrated through the night, and then the next morning Claire came over, and he was literally flat out on the side, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he wasn't going anywhere.
But Claire said then he's a stage 5 clinger, he's not going anywhere.
Some of them you can just tell their fight to live is stronger than their body's will to die. So you're like, it's not going anywhere.
And he's literally popped back to life, but he's wonky. He's a wonky cat.
A wonky cat, yeah.
So that was his story. But we were nearly at the vets now. We're gonna let you know what Dr. Attick's diagnosis is with the ringworm kids.
We'll tell you if anyone has ear mites, because you know what, guys, it happens.
Yeah, it's not a dirty
When you've
word.
got a multi-cat household, it happens. But we keep on top of it. But it does happen sometimes.
We try, we do try.
Yeah.
It's like anyone scratches their ears, like, oh my god.
Yeah, we're on it.
So-
Everyone gets eardrops, but sometimes, because there's a few of them, and it just gets difficult.
Well, there's some of them that just don't want you to touch them,
Yeah,
aren't they?
you gotta hunt them down, and they know when you come in with the drops, so.
Leaping on them when they're asleep is the best one.
You just have to hunt them down, find them when they're asleep.
So we'll come back to you with our vet update shortly.
Thank you.
1.5.
It's here. Yeah. On the air, see here on the nose, you can see it's very little, but still it has.
Yeah.
Okay. On the air tips, little, but still it has. Okay. So see here. The cream work, but not 100% because it's need to be systematically. You can see here the few first and the rest. See? So we will go the rest of the body slowly. It's here. See? It's here.
Is this one worse or better than
It's better than,
This one's better?
yeah.
Okay. I can see the
But
But his
spores.
tail is worse.
See here. It's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it reduced, but I can't cure it.
It's here.
Yeah. The tail is bad.
I'm going slowly to it,
Because
but
it's-
there is a lot of patches
Wow.
on this side. You
Yeah.
can see.
They were nearly bald, it was a lot
Okay,
worse.
come to this side. This side.
His
and-
tail is the worst.
Yes, we will go to the tail. It's on the feet also, but it's now fine. But here is a little bit worse. You can see here. So see.
Yeah.
Incredible holes.
Oh.
Okay. I'm not giving you massage.
He's
Why you
purring.
afraid? You are not in the spa. Super worst.
It's fine.
So
You don't have to look close. And that hasn't changed in 10 days of treatment.
Yeah, it's everywhere, isn't
it's
it?
super bad, you know.
Good boy, good boy.
Oh.
Wow.
يلا خلاص خلاص.
It's like the Incredible Hulk.
خلاص.
इसका क्या नाम
بتبي ترى؟
इसका नाम क्या है?
Tom Cruise. You understand? Okay, leave. Okay, so the most important spots for me is here on the shoulder. The rest are the smallest one, but the main point here, this is the main generator who generate the ringworm throughout the body, okay? Because it's stuck not with the hairs only, it's stuck with the skin here. So it's transferred throughout the whole body.
spores.
You can see the spores. See now. So this is from here begin, and she tried to leak herself or something like this, and then it spread in the whole body. But down part is fine. So see here, the worst stage is here. Again on the head portion. This is the main spot here. And the tail and this one. That's true. What we need to do here to get off this all, we need to shave this all. Zero.
Okay.
Zero. All the spots should be zero. So in 1 month the hair will regrow, but the ringworm will get off.
Okay.
The mechanism on which the ringworm is getting off from the body is like this way. It's come to the skin. The medicine remove them from the skin, but when it attached to the fur, it's remain.
Okay.
So fur never get off. We do cut from the fur. We
Right.
remove the fur to finish the upper source here. That
Okay.
will help a lot.